The real reason apple cider vinegar works for losing weight and improving your health. In this short video, I'm going to talk about apple cider vinegar. I will cover the most important benefits of apple cider vinegar, the most common myths, and the real reason why apple cider vinegar works for weight loss and improving various health conditions. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I'm a nutritionist and a health coach who is all about providing you with the best science-based health and weight loss advice. So if you're interested in staying healthy and fit, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell so that you would get notified whenever I release new videos. So first, what is apple cider vinegar? Apple cider vinegar is made from apples, sugar, and yeast. The apples are crushed, which creates a paste that is mixed with yeast to start the process of fermentation. During this process, the sugar from apples is turned into alcohol. And then there's a second fermentation process, as the sugar-turned alcohol is converted into vinegar. This process happens because of the bacteria called Acetobacter, which creates acetic acid, which is the key element in vinegar. So now let's look at the weight loss topic. Let's look at the highest quality study proving that apple cider vinegar helps you to lose weight. The study is called Vinegar Intake Reduces Body Weight, Body Fat Mass, and Serum Triglyceride Levels in Obese Japanese Subjects. And keep in mind that this study is a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial. That's a very strong study design that is used to test whether something works or not. And in this study, they used the term vinegar. However, as mentioned in the methods section, they used apple cider vinegar. In this study, 175 obese adults were split into 3 groups. The first group consumed 1 tablespoon, which is equivalent to 15 milliliters of apple cider vinegar a day. The second group consumed 2 tablespoons, which is equivalent to 30 milliliters of apple cider vinegar a day. And the third group was placebo. They received fake apple cider vinegar. Participants consumed their vinegar or placebo drink every day for 12 weeks. They were told to restrict their alcohol intake, but otherwise continue their usual diet and activity throughout the study. And those who consumed 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of vinegar per day had the following benefits. Weight loss, 2.6 pounds, which is equivalent to 1.2 kilograms. Decrease in body fat percentage by 0.7%. Decrease in waist circumference, 0.5 inches or 1.4 centimeters. Decrease in triglycerides by 26%. And as the dose of vinegar doubled in the other group, the ones that consumed 30 milliliters or 2 tablespoons a day had even more benefits. Weight loss, 3.7 pounds, which is equivalent to 1.7 kilograms. Decrease in body fat percentage by 0.9%. Decrease in waist circumference by 0.75 inches or 1.9 centimeters, and decrease in triglycerides by 26%. And while both vinegar groups lost some weight, the placebo group actually gained some weight. They gained 0.9 pounds, which is equivalent to 0.4 kilograms, and their waist circumference slightly increased. So interesting, they did not reduce their calories, and they did not increase their physical activity. What happened? Why did they lose weight by simply drinking water with apple cider vinegar? So let's look at the real reason apple cider vinegar works for losing weight. There are several human and animal studies showing that apple cider vinegar lowers blood sugar levels, decreases insulin levels, increases insulin sensitivity, meaning you become less insulin resistant. It reduces fat storage and increases fat burning. I will not go into analyzing all of these studies, but I will leave the links to these studies in the description of this video. And I will share one of the studies. Vinegar consumption can reduce glucose spikes after eating and insulin responses that happen after meals. And it's a systematic review and meta-analysis of clinical trials, which is a study with combined results of several studies. And the findings of the systematic review show that vinegar can be effective in reducing postprandial glucose and insulin levels, indicating that it could be considered as a supplementary treatment for improving glycemic control. So, decreased glucose, decreased insulin, what does that have to do with weight loss? So let's look beyond calories. Each of the macronutrients, carbs, protein, and fat, will have different metabolic effects. Some of these nutrients will make you satiated, and some will make you hungry very soon after you eat them. Let's use an example of carbohydrates. Let's say you ate a high carbohydrate meal. Let's say you had some pasta or white rice. 90 to 100% of your meal will turn into sugar. So you just ate around 70 grams of sugar. It will be gradually released into your bloodstream. Then your pancreas will release insulin. Insulin comes to lower the sugar in the blood and help glucose to get to where it needs. Insulin is like a key that opens the door to the cell, allowing the cell to get the glucose in. Once the cell had enough of glucose, insulin puts the rest into storage in the form of glycogen, and the rest gets converted into fat and stored in the adipose tissue. Insulin is the main fat storage hormone. When you have constantly elevated insulin because you're eating too frequently and consuming high amounts of carbohydrates, it prevents you from burning fat. Fat burning gets inhibited by insulin. So when you eat a lot of carbohydrates, it affects your body in a way that you are more hungry. You want to snack more frequently because your energy levels are not stable. Then you keep eating and spiking your glucose and your insulin. And you end up storing a lot of body fat and being unable to use it for energy. Apple cider vinegar helps for weight loss mainly because it reduces your glucose and your insulin, and it decreases insulin resistance, which means you become better with dealing with carbohydrates. Majority of people are insulin resistant and they don't do well with carbs. They are not insulin sensitive. Why 60 to 70% of people are overweight or obese? Why around 60 to 75% of people are insulin resistant? Because we eat too many carbs and we're struggling to deal with them. Apple cider vinegar helps, but does it address the root cause? The real issue here is too many carbohydrates, especially fast-absorbed refined carbohydrates such as white rice, pasta, and bread, that also stimulate more hunger and cravings, making you eat more. I will leave some studies in the description of this video proving that eating carbohydrates increases your hunger and cravings and makes you eat more. Then let's look at other benefits of apple cider vinegar, the health benefits. One of the main reasons apple cider vinegar is so beneficial is the acetic acid that is found in apple cider vinegar. It's great for acid reflux, GERD, and indigestion. Also, with age, your stomach acid decreases and it becomes more difficult to digest protein and absorb various minerals. Especially, you can get issues with calcium absorption. And that's when you get a buildup of calcium in soft tissues. With calcium buildup, you get more stiff. You get arthritis, cataracts, kidney stones, and various other health problems. This could all start with a pH of the stomach that is too alkaline. So what causes this alkaline state? There are some studies to support that elevated stress triggers stress hormones, such as cortisol, and it depletes your stomach acids, making your stomach more alkaline. Due to these high stress levels, you excrete acid through urine and become more alkaline. High stress leads to a more alkaline body, loss of acids, and loss of potassium. So apple cider vinegar helps this situation because it acidifies the body and makes it function better. So to sum all of this up, apple cider vinegar helps you to absorb minerals, mobilize calcium, digest protein. It lowers your insulin, increases your insulin sensitivity, decreases your glucose, and decreases fat storing. It helps your body to function better. So how do you use apple cider vinegar? Add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in 1 glass of water with your meal, once a day. Some studies used 1 tablespoon, some used 2, but weight loss was greater with 2. But don't overdo with it, because very high amounts of apple cider vinegar can be toxic. There are some reports of people consuming 250 milliliters of apple cider vinegar a day that resulted in some health complications. but 15 to 30 milliliters a day seems to have no side effects, only benefits. But if you have any major health conditions, definitely consult with your doctor. And I have another video about apple cider vinegar for diabetics. So if you are diabetic, you can check that video out. And is any type of apple cider vinegar okay? Well, you have to choose organic, raw apple cider vinegar with the mother. I will leave Amazon link where you can order a high-quality apple cider vinegar in the description of this video. And how to make apple cider vinegar taste better. So if you hate apple cider vinegar, try this. Mix a tablespoon or 2 of apple cider vinegar with a glass of sparkling water and add 10 drops of organic liquid stevia sweetener. I will leave a link in the description of this video where you can order stevia if you don't have it yet. It's basically the healthiest sweetener that you can find. It will make your vinegar drink taste like lemonade. And can you take apple cider vinegar capsules instead? Yes, you can. I will leave a link to high-quality apple cider vinegar capsules in the description of this video. I hope you found this video useful, and definitely check out my other YouTube videos, because I have so many useful YouTube videos. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. And also, you can support my YouTube channel by buying me a coffee. There's a link down below in the description of this video that you can click on and donate a small amount to keep this channel going and creating educational content that can help millions of people. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.